They're not world champs until after this is over. So keep the sign away.
It's fine. They're the reigning world champs, and they're still. Because apparently they're going to cancel the season anyways. Hi, Scott. Hi, Eliot.
All right. Hang on. Okay. Good Lord, come on. Thing is so slow to get set up. I should set it up beforehand, but it doesn't do very good.
Oh, you're up now.
There it goes.
Now you can see it better, yo.
I'm going to mute. I'm going to play, and we're going to go there. All right, we're up. Guys, welcome to Sports Nerds for May 10th.
Oh, my gosh. You should have told me I had, like, baby
You got baby stuff on your chest.
Baby stuff on my chest, man.
Yeah,
Jeez.
So, another week without sports, another week of staying home, another week of
it's 60 days today since the last professional game was played in North America, longest since 1918.
Yes.
Hey, anybody gonna tune in and watch Tiger Woods and Peyton Manning against?
That's like 2 weeks from now, isn't it? It's in 2 weeks, right? Like the 24th.
I think that might break some TV records.
I think it will too. Well, they had that UFC match last night, and it was supposed to be really, really highly rated too.
Yeah, let's see how many fucking coronavirus deaths come out of that one.
Yeah. Well, Florida's opening up the state tomorrow. They're allowing beauty places, hair places, and other stuff. They're going to open up tomorrow, so we'll see how that works out.
No, I got an appointment with my dentist Tuesday morning at 8:00.
Yo, good Lord. I need my hair cut because it's just out of control.
Yeah, I know, dude. Yeah, you're so hard done about it. I know, out of control. I don't know about you, Eliot, but I feel sorry for him.
I got split ends I need taken care of.
You know what I mean? Yeah, I got that.
Those ends just split out on me.
Hi, Myra.
Hi, Myra. Hey, Katie.
Hi, Katie. I don't know if you guys are mothers. I'm just assuming. So.
Yes, happy Mother's Day to Myra. I think she's a mother. I don't know. I don't think Katie is, but I think Myra is.
No. Anyways, yeah, man. 60 days, and it's funny. It's funny, Eliot. I did my homework this week. There's actually an article on the Washington Post where one of the sports beat writers made the comment that. They don't need sports is not needed. Yeah,
it was. If anything, if there's anything that lack of sports has shown, that we need less sports. I think is what the quote is, and that guy is just getting roasted.
Yes, it's awesome.
He must be one of those dweebs that never played sports in his life.
Well, it was funny because Mike Golick Jr. posted a tweet about that. And I got to find it real because it's just down here on my timeline.
Oh, I'm looking. That's the first quarter. That's when Kyle Lowry went off.
Yes.
I see that in the background, buddy.
Yeah, Mike Golick posted a tweet saying, we don't – in quotation – oh, here we go, guys.
I saw that it was available, and I said, you know what, let me keep John happy throughout the show.
Yeah, Nosey's in the house, John.
That's that first quarter, man. That's when I was like, it's coming home, man. Kyle Lowry.
The game just literally started.
Oh, hi, Tonto.
Awesome. Anyway, Mike Golick Jr. retweeted it and made a comment in quotations. Okay, we don't need sports because they only have the capacity to focus on dinner and books. I'm weirdly critical of people for finding creative ways to do their job during a difficult time and just don't really like sports. And then he says, "There, saved you all the click. That's it."
Yeah, he's getting roasted. Yeah.
What a doofus!
Oh my gosh, this guy's.
He's just getting torn up. I mean, people all over my timeline yeah, it's stupid. Just stupid.
Yeah.
Hey,
what's going on?
Don Shula.
Yes, Don Shula passed away earlier this week, Monday, in fact, I think it was, at the age of 90 years old. The head coach of the only team to ever go, thank you, New York Giants, 17-0 in an undefeated NFL season.
Big shout out to the Giants.
Yep. He's one of those coaches that I would put on – I would want to if he's not on Mount Rushmore, he's in the wings waiting to be put on Mount Rushmore. Because you got guys like House and Landry and Lombardi and now Belichick. You know, those are saying those are the four that go on Mount Rushmore. But Don Shula was the winningest coach in the history of the NFL. He had the best record of any head coach in history. So, and he coached in 6 Super Bowls, won 3, I think, is what they said, or 2. I don't know. But you know, he drafted Dan Marino. He was with those Dolphins teams were competitive year after year after year in the 80s and the 90s. John can confirm that. How many times did Dan Marino burn you guys in Buffalo?
Yeah, well, whatever. It is what it is. Hey, man, look, 90 years old, you had a good run. I mean, it's like I'm not trying to lessen the impact.
No.
But if this was, you know, a 20-year-old kid or something, you know.
Look, this isn't a Kobe Bryant situation.
Right.
No.
It's not a Kobe Bryant situation.
Not even close.
Right. Yeah, good analogy.
That's a life gone too soon. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
It's a good run, man.
Don
And
Shula
he's
had a
legend.
good run, just like Little Richard.
Yes.
Yeah,
Little
Richard, too.
Well, Richard passed away yesterday.
Yep. Yeah.
In
And then I know you guys might not know this, maybe Eliot does, but Andre Harrell passed away on Friday, which was the founder of Uptown MCA, which was responsible for a whole bunch of music that all your kids have been listening to for the past 20 years.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was a rough week, man, for, you know, Little Richard too. It's like, geez.
Army, how you doing, bud? And Little Richard, they called him. He was actually the innovator.
He was the innovator.
They considered him the creator of rock and roll. Before Elvis, before the Beatles, before all those guys, it was, or even before Chuck Berry, it was Little Richard.
Tutti Frutti.
Yeah, Tutti Frutti.
Tutti Frutti, man.
That put him on the map, and he stayed there and took it over.
He influenced bands like the Beatles and the Rolling Stones and guys like what's his face? Bob Dylan, who also made a nice post about him today. He was
making another album.
I think he is actually. But yeah, I mean, Little Richard was huge, and he never got the kudos. He never got he never got the money for what he did for the rock and roll industry. So,
yeah, well, I'm partial because of the later in his life and what the past couple of years, what he's been dedicating his life to, but that's a whole other story. Okay. So, yeah, we'll leave the religious overtones later.
Thank you, John.
You're welcome. Yeah, man.
So, we got our first taste of potential NFL for next season when the schedule was released.
The schedule release, yeah.
Love it. Bill's got 4 primetime games.
Yeah, and we got our own Super Bowl this year, you and I.
Yeah.
A Monday night game is
Monday night
at San Francisco.
It's in San Fran. Yeah, man. It's gonna be fun, man.
So
yeah,
that's gonna be fun.
Yeah, I can't wait to smack talk.
The Buccaneers got 5 primetime games.
I wonder why.
You know what? And coincidentally, the Buccaneers and the Patriots do not play during the same time any week, but 1 week the entire season. So those Patriots fans who are coming over to Tampa Bay have a chance to watch both New England and Tampa Bay without any interruption.
Patriots fans, like put a little asterisk.
Cut off Tampa Bay games. You can't cut off Tampa Bay games here in Bradenton, Tampa area, or nothing like that.
Right.
You can watch all. You'll never get a blackout for a Tampa Bay game here in Florida.
They did away with the sellout blackouts because now it's 75%. I think is what it is. If they sell at least 75%,
they've been in 20 years.
If they get 25% these days.
Yeah, it's true too. Yeah, 3 hours. Yeah, Katie says 3 hours to announce playing times. I mean, come on, the schedule. It was a 3-hour schedule show where you got to hand it to the guys, people that set these schedules up, because they had to set it up to where they can adjust it as they go along if they have to postpone the start of the season. They set it up to where they can adjust it. They had to. There's no there's no divisional games, I think, in the first 2 or 3 weeks. Jen's in the house. Hey, Jen.
Yo, Jen.
Dixie. the first 2 or 3 weeks of the season, there are no divisional games. So if they need to, for any reason, either move or cancel those games, they can do it and not impact the divisional races. So I don't know how it's going to go, guys. I hope we get a full season and start on time. I really do, but well, who knows?
Here's what's interesting to me is that if you look at week 1, all right, let's just put all the virus bullshit and everything that's going on out of the way. If week 1 starts on time, chances of fans is really slim. That I know. Okay, but some of these matchups that they have just in week 1.
Well, you got Brady and Breeze at week 1 in New Orleans.
Lead off.
Yeah.
The football season.
Yeah.
Come on, right off the bat. Okay, so let's start with the Thursday night game in week 1. Texans at the Chiefs. That's going to be interesting from the standpoint of what's Deshaun Watson going to do without him.
I was going to say that loses its luster because they no longer have DeAndre.
Right. Yeah, that loses luster big time. That's going to be listen, I'm not a betting man, but in Kansas City.
Yeah, that has a tendency to be a blowout.
Emotion.
Oh, we saw what happened in the first round last year.
Yeah, well, that's because but still, I mean,
they got blown the fuck out.
Yeah, so.
All right, let's see another interesting game.
Just give me 1 second, guys. Sorry.
All right.
Hey. So.
Go ahead, Eliot.
Okay, we got Seahawks at the Falcons. That's going to be a pretty interesting. That could be a very interesting game.
Well,
especially with the Falcons now having.
They now have an actual running back. They got a running back there, but you know what? They had a running back last year too. I mean, because there was.
What's his name? Devontae Freeman's been garbage for years. Dude.
Yeah. Hey, Josh.
He had a good year 3 seasons ago. That's it.
Kenny's here. Ken's not feeling well, but he's because that's why he's not on the show tonight. But he's here. He's in the chat.
Are you walking every day? Or?
But yeah, I mean, I'm not sold on Atlanta. Atlanta's got a lot of talent, but I'm not sold on them because they had a lot of talent last year and didn't do anything with it.
I think it's going to come down to their defense.
Keep going.
Well, no, who knows?
Next up, Eagles and Redskins, division rivalry. I don't think either one of those teams are going to do too well.
I think the Eagles have a chance. But, I mean, the Redskins are still a work in progress. Now, the fact that they got a new head coach who has a proven track record, that might change things up a little bit, okay? But I'm not too enthralled with the Redskins. I mean, these divisional games are always going to be what they're going to be. Okay. No, I know you're not dead, Kenny, but you shouldn't have made that barbecue meatloaf. I think that's what hurt you. Anyway, but still, I mean, yeah, the Eagles are going to depend on the health of their quarterback and if he goes down, then they got what's his face they drafted his backup in there. Why can't I remember these guys' names? My brain is just not working right today. But yeah, I mean, I'm looking at games like.
Sorry.
No worries. I mean, there's a lot of other better games. What else you got, Eliot? What else you got, Eliot?
Oh, I'm sorry. I was adjusting. I'm on Facebook now.
Yeah, I saw you pop into the chat.
I have 2 monitors now, so I got my laptop.
Oh, you guys, you're multi-monitors. It's awesome.
I'm on Facebook now.
Yeah, I saw you pop into the chat. You want to mute Facebook, though, Eliot.
Yeah, you got to mute Facebook.
That's where I'm headed right now. Hang on.
Yeah, well, Katie, I'm sorry. He says he has a tummy issue, so I figured, okay, it must be something he ate. Must have been that barbecue meatloaf he made yesterday.
Oh, there it is. Got it.
There you go.
Magical.
Technology, isn't it wonderful?
Yeah, man. Crazy. So what do you think? If you guys are betting men, what do you think? The season's going to start or no?
Here we go.
I don't know. I don't know, John. I think if it with the worst, it gets pushed a couple of weeks. I think maybe, but for the most part, I'm not holding my breath at this point. So, because there's going to be a second wave.
Hey, what does Katie's comment say? Why is Eliot's what?
Why is your nose? Why you're at the time when you had your thing on, your thing was down below your nose, and she was wondering why your nose wasn't covered.
You mean like this?
Yeah, like that.
Okay. It gets hot a little sometimes in the nose.
You don't even have to wear it, Eliot. You're in the house.
I know I'm in my house, but you know
He's just trying to show it off.
He's showing off the San Francisco crap. I know he's doing.
That's all he's doing.
I can show off the 12,000 other masks I got, but you know what?
Well, I'm showing off too because I got this in the mail this week.
Because look, this is what you should have heard him, Eliot. He's like, "Oh, look at this is the new Browns jersey." I'm like,
"Oh, the helmet swinger."
Helmet swinger, yes, sir.
Like it looks exactly like every Browns jersey for the past 70,000 years. It's like, oh, look, it's the new design. It's like I bet you Browns fans sit around and wait for a new logo.
Let me ask you that. What's new about it? Being the only team in the league that doesn't have a logo on their helmet.
And they need to redesign stuff.
They could have put a fucking dog on there or something.
Yeah.
See, the thing with this, guys, what you have to understand is that the Browns were not named for a thing. They were named for a person. It's the last name of the guy that created the team itself. The first head coach, the first owner, the whole nine yards. They're named after Paul Brown, hence the name Browns.
And I have one question. How the fuck has that worked out for them?
Yeah.
Well, in the 60s, they worked out pretty good because they got 4 championships.
Actually, well, you know what? They're a remake of the Browns.
Oh, here we go. Oh, God.
Yeah, true.
The real Browns are in Baltimore.
Franchise. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
God, Josh, can we kick this guy's ass, please?
Good.
Josh Cantor is a Browns fan as well, just to let you know.
I'm wearing the business.
You know what? If I don't speak the truth, I ain't going to speak at all.
Yeah, 9 NFL titles. Thank you, Josh. Yeah. Granted, it's before the Super Bowl era, but we still have 9 NFL titles.
Wow, that's like look, that's like, whatever, man. I'm not even gonna disrespect your franchise because we're all Rust Belt teams here.
Does Eliot still brag about his 27 baseball titles with the New York Yankees?
Yeah. See, and that it's like there should be asterisks beside every one of them.
Major League Baseball was an organized league at the time.
Oh.
Okay.
And you're saying the All-American Football League wasn't an organized league? It was.
AFL bullshit.
AAFA. It was
when the games used to be 73-0 and whatnot. Come on, man, give me a fucking break.
Yeah.
When you guys last won anything, you fucking wore leather helmets.
Well, I wasn't even.
I don't know what that feels like personally. What that feels like not having a team relevant in 2020. I mean, you know.
Hey, the proof is right in front of you, right here.
And that back.
Yep, there you go. That's second quarter now. That's when I was getting a little tight.
In case you didn't know, now you know. Game 6.
I always wear the hat backwards. I think today we're going to wear it forward.
There you go, John.
Just to remind folks who the champs are.
And if the season's canceled, there's going to be a chance for another year. So
I think they're going to, man. Shaq made a really good point. He's just like, anybody that wins this season will definitely have an asterisk beside it. So just cancel the stupid thing. Just come back in September. I mean, yeah.
Open training camp in September and start playing in October, November when it's supposed to.
Just write it off, man.
Okay, so back to the schedule. Next game on that first week, Dolphins at the Patriots.
What is that?
It's like, does that even have any relevance now?
No, it doesn't, because, I mean, Stidham hasn't done diddly squat yet. Okay, Tua is not proven in the NFL yet. Plus, he's injury prone like he was in college. I'm not convinced at all.
Well, the only team projected to get anything over 8 wins in that division is Buffalo. Okay, you know what though? If they go 9-7, the rest of the division goes 6-10. They still win the division. So you know, it is what it is. I didn't say that they were going to fucking. I didn't say they were going to fucking rock the universe or anything. I'm just saying they are the favorites to win more than 8 games in that division.
Fine with me.
And if they win 9, the prediction stands true.
Absolutely dandy, actually.
And if they win the division with 9 wins, John's happy with that. He doesn't.
How about because you know what? They can find a Nick Foles somewhere or something. You
know. Now he's going after Josh Allen. Look out.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Josh has just his issues, and I'm not going to deny it. I mean, I think he can make a big leap.
Who's their backup? Who's their backup?
Well, they drafted Jake Fromm, but
Yeah.
Matt Barkley.
Matt Barkley.
Oh,
Which
yeah, no, Matt Barkley's not
serviceable, but I mean, this is the thing, man. Dude, if Josh Allen doesn't make a leap this year, like to another level leap, you got to question because he's got every tool in the world now. They got a solid
But you know
O-line.
what?
Well, and you know what?
He did all that in his first season. They're going to figure him out. If he doesn't do something to change that, they're going to figure his ass out, and his career will be a lot shorter than he needs to be.
And that's what they're saying about Baker too. His third season is his proven to lose it season. So I mean, he's in the same boat.
But they need the weapons. Like Baker's had the weapons. Like Josh didn't. I mean, John Brown is good, and Cole Beasley is good, but they're not. These are like you're not going to double up Cole Beasley.
No,
you know what I mean.
But you may double up Stephon Diggs now.
Now you're going to have to double, and that opens up for John, and it opens up for Cole, and then you got your running backs, the Thunder and Lightning combo, which is really exciting to me.
Yeah.
But they need the tight end. The tight end, I think the two biggest issues is Josh has to make a massive leap forward, and Dawson Knox need to become the Rambo that everybody's saying he's going to be for a tight end. If they don't get that, we'll probably win the division, but we ain't getting out of the wild card or the first round or anything like that. Like it's just whatever. We'll see. But
all right, Packers and Vikings. That's always a good game.
I mean, but you know what? I want to talk about matchups that you don't see every single year. Okay. All right. Granted, the Brady Breeze thing is a nice side note, but you got the Packers coming to Tampa for the first time in 6 years this season. Okay. That's a storyline. Okay. You got teams that are meeting up that don't normally meet, that haven't met in a long time. It should be, but the divisional games. We meet these guys every year.
Look, the same way that you don't win championships in week one, I'm not putting any stock. I'm just going through the week one schedule.
Okay.
And then we're gonna.
Okay, I didn't know you were just doing the week one schedule. I'm sorry, I misunderstood.
I'm just reading off the week one schedule.
Okay, I didn't know what you were doing there. Okay.
And then from there, we're gonna get into what the intensity of certain games and.
Yeah, gotcha. I got you.
Like that. All right. So Packers, Vikings, Colts, Jaguars. Ho hum, ho hum.
Ho hum, ho hum.
Oh yeah, ho hum, ho hum. Here's another one: Bears and Lions.
Dude, these are barn.
Ho hum, ho hum.
Yeah, ho hum. Yeah.
You guys get a good test at the first game of the season when you go to Baltimore.
Was it Baltimore the first week?
No,
Cleveland at Baltimore.
Cleveland, man.
Well, we went to Baltimore last year and whipped their ass, so I'm not worried about it. We beat Baltimore in Baltimore, beat it like 41-10 or something, whatever it was.
This is the face of D. Dude, okay, I think Lamar Jackson's gonna have one of those I'm pissed off years. He's like, I thought we were gonna get into the playoff. The playoffs was just disappointment. I'm pissed off. That was like it's.
He's looking to pull a Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
Great first year, leaving the playoffs, and then come back next year and do it. You know what I'm saying? But the only thing is that I still don't believe that running backs like him,
quarterbacks
like him,
are sustainable in the NFL.
Are sustainable to win championships.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah. Now
that's what I'm saying.
What you have to understand also is
they're the Rick Astley of NFL. One hit wonder.
Rick Astley of the NFL.
Now the Browns defense played very well against Lamar in 7 quarters last year. The fourth quarter in Cleveland, he destroyed him. But the Browns defense was able to keep him in check.
This is one of those intriguing first week matchups.
Yeah, it is. I mean, Cleveland, because you want to see what the Browns are going to do with their new players and a healthy.
Set the tone. That's going to set the tone for both teams where they're going.
Plus, they got a new tight end. They got a new left tackle. They got the 2 running backs healthy. They got their 1 and 2 wide receivers healthy. They signed Hollywood back. Baker has all the weapons he's needed, including the offensive line is in place to protect him. Now let's see what you can do with
it. What's this, Baker's third season now?
Yeah, man. Baker ain't. I don't know.
Baker needs to prove it this year, or else they're going to move on for him too.
Yeah.
Baker has been the unfortunate recipient of having bad coaching, bad teams, and just not a lot,
No, he was the bad
not a lot of
recipient.
stability.
He was the bad recipient of being drafted by the Cleveland Browns as a quarterback. We already seen what the Cleveland Browns can do with quarterbacks in the draft. Okay?
Oh, yes, I know.
Yeah, the history's not good.
Okay.
Next game. Here you go. Jets at the Bills. The Jets, the newest team of Frank Gore.
Yes.
Like, whatever. I don't get it, man. He's like, as soon as I hear that news, like, listen, Frankie is like a legend, whatever. Hall of Fame, sure.
Hey, did you see the
I
meme I put up?
unfollowed him quickly on Twitter, man.
37 years old, going into his, 14th season or 15th season?
It's like he needs to get paid, and he's trying to get as much money as he can before he calls it quits. I get it, but geez,
Did you see the meme I put up about him in the year 2047?
Yes, I did see that. Yes. Hey, Cody. Yes, Katie, it is yes.
It's in Buffalo, right?
It's in Buffalo, yes.
Yeah.
There's no worries.
Bills are gonna just pummel them.
All right. The Las Vegas Raiders start their first season as the Vegas Raiders
Nice.
in Carolina against the Panthers, led by Teddy Bridgewater.
Carolina.
Yeah.
I think so. Raiders don't always play well on the road.
Yeah. Rumor has it they're going to start. They're going to the nickname they're going to have for the new stadium in Vegas is going to be the Death Star. With the history of the Raiders, that sounds perfect.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that works for me. All right. Here's probably going to be one of the less meaningful games. Well, actually, no. It might have some underlying stories. Chargers at the Bengals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Bengals. I think Bengals will be a little refreshed and rejuvenated. Burrows is there. Let's see what he does. I don't think he's gonna knock them down, but it's the Chargers, who are basically the ex-Buffalo Bills of the AFC West. So one of the more frustrating franchises to – and listen, I've always had a vested interest in the Chargers for fantasy purposes, whether it's Eckler, like LaDainian Tomlinson. I won a championship with him. I mean, I've always kind of had this soft spot for the Chargers.
Rivers, up until the last couple of years, has always been a good fantasy choice. I mean, he was a good fantasy quarterback, but I mean, good. He wasn't a QB1. I would call him a QB2.
No, you'd get him in like the 12th round or something.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like – but – they've always had good weapons there, whether it was Antonio Gates, well, Keenan Allen, I think was, I don't know, whatever. But I mean, the running backs have been amazing there.
Yeah.
And it's always a team up.
Except for Melvin Gordon. No Melvin Gordon.
Yeah. Austin Eckler to me is the running back there.
Yes.
I never, Melvin Gordon.
Here's the thing. Gordon was good till the whole contract injury, whatever bullshit that went on. Okay.
Not really. Even before that, he was terrible.
When Eckler showed his own, that's when Gordon became dispensable.
Hi, Eliana.
Okay.
Because Eckler proved he could be a number one back.
Oh, yeah.
Eckler's the truth, man.
I would have rather paid him than pay Melvin Gordon.
Hell yeah. That's what I was saying all last season. I was like, why are you even messing with this dweeb? Right. Let him be, man. Let him sit on his butt. Listen to his dumbass agent. You can do it, man. You're the best.
You got two games on Sunday afternoon, the two prime NFL games that day. Buccaneers and Saints in New Orleans.
Yep.
That's going to be
4:25. It's not a prime time. It's 4:25.
It's an afternoon game.
Correct. I mean, it's going to be the highlight game of the day, absolutely, because it's Breeze and Brady.
Right. Breeze and Brady, and then after that, you got the Cardinals and the 49ers.
That'll set the tone for the division for the remainder of the year.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I think Niners.
And then
where is it? Is it in San Fran or is it in Arizona?
Yeah,
I think the Niners win that.
Yeah. And they gave us a bust for Sunday night. Cowboys at the Rams.
Ugh.
Jeez.
God.
How the mighty.
That would have been good a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
And then
Monday night. Who's Monday night? Which I want to get on. When you say that, I want to go on with something about Monday night. Go ahead. Well, who's playing Monday night?
Steelers at the Giants.
Yeah. And what's the 10 p.m. game on Monday night?
Hey, Bob's gonna have some interest in that.
Right. What's the 10 p.m. game on Monday night? I know they always have two.
Titans at Broncos.
That'll be interesting, I think. Speaking of Monday night football will have a new crew next season.
Yes.
It's official.
Joe Tessitore
And Booger are done.
Booger were awful.
Rumor has it that what I'm thinking is Steve Levy, Brian Greasy, and what's the other guy? The guy who used to be a front office guy. He's on ESPN all the time, and I forget his name off the top of my head.
Don't know. I'm in Canada. We don't get ESPN.
Yeah, I know.
You don't get CSPN?
We don't get none, man. We get the Canadian bowling championships replays.
Oh God, why can't I think of his name?
Nothing was more Captain Obvious, Katie, than John Madden.
Right.
When the ball goes 10 yards, it's the first down, and we move the chains. Thanks, John.
Oh, Leo Riddick.
See, they got it into the end zone now, and that means it's 6 points.
Yeah, Riddick could be a good choice as an analyst because that guy knows more about football, has forgotten more about football than we'll ever learn about football. He's a freaking genius on that. And Louis Riddick. Thank you, Kenny.
Well, did you know that the team with the more points is the winner?
In some places, they don't get that.
They got to break it down.
You're right.
Yeah. Okay, so the minds that be in the NFL have come up with the top 9 primetime games for this season.
There's a lot of them.
Tell me if you agree.
There's a lot.
At number 9, they're going week 2, the first Thursday night game, or should I say the second Thursday night game, Cincinnati at Cleveland. Burrow versus
Baker.
It's in Cleveland?
Yeah, it's in Cleveland.
Bengals win.
Oh!
I'm calling
it has been thrown down.
Dude, this is what's going to happen. I'm predicting the Bengals season already. They're going to come out of the gate fire. They're going to be like, oh, Burrows is this, and then they're like midway through the season, it's going to be wah, 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 learning pains and growing pains.
John, who do the Bengals have? They got AJ Green, who's also injury prone. Okay. And, I mean, big time injury prone.
On the other side, too.
You know, I mean, and their running back is okay. He's not great.
Yeah. How did the name brands work out for Cleveland last year?
I blame that.
You know who made out with a steal though? Kansas City.
I blame that more on the coaching staff than the athletes.
Kansas City picking at 32, taking Edwards-Helaire from LSU. That was a fucking steal. Because that Edwards-Helaire kid, I don't know if you've watched him play. That boy can run.
I can run too. I'm actually very fast for a fat man. Fun fact.
All right, at number 8, and we just talked about this game, and we all pretty much gave it a thumbs down, I think. Cowboys and the Rams.
Why is that considered going to be a great game? I mean, come on.
Because it's the market, man. The market.
Oh, Jesus.
It's Dallas against Los Angeles.
That's exactly.
And then they're gonna open the new stadium. Yada 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 yada. Whatever.
Yeah.
That's it. It's all press and publicity. It's got nothing to do with
it is. It's the opening of the new stadium, and it's the Dallas Cowboys. That's it.
God.
And the potential for the storyline that the Rams upset the Cowboys, who are the favorites to win the NFC East. Okay.
Well, Andy Dalton's going to be their quarterback before the week 8. So
intrigue. It's all about intrigue.
Ken, that's pretty funny.
All right, week 6, Monday Night Football.
He's right though, John. He's right. What, Eliot?
6, Monday Night Football. That's on October 19th. Arizona at Dallas. Kyler Murray and the Cardinals head down to Scary World.
I'm going to pick the Cardinals just to piss off the Cowboys.
I really do think that's going to be a good test for the Cardinals, too.
The NFL is trying to anoint the Cowboys before anything else, before the season even starts. I can't. Oh, God.
Cardinals are starting the season with the 49ers. Okay. And then they go play the Cowboys.
Well, I mean,
teams that are favored for the NFC Championship. Okay. That's a tough start.
I mean, granted, Jason Garrett's not the head coach anymore, and the guy they got now has got a Super Bowl ring. But I'm not sold on the Cowboys. I'm sorry. As long as Jerry Jones is the owner of that team, I will never be all in on the Cowboys ever. I'm just saying.
I want to see Dalton outplay Dak.
Yeah, I'd love to see that.
That'll be great, fantastic drama, news, gossip, scandal. I love it.
Quarterback scandal by week 3.
I love it. Can't wait.
Katie Marshall with the Denny Green quote. I love it.
What they are who we thought they were?
Yes. No, then crown their ass.
Oh, then crown their ass.
It was part of the same speech, but that was one of it. That was part of it. It was a good part of it.
Rest in peace.
All right. This one I don't necessarily agree with because they got blown out twice by this team. Green Bay at San Francisco.
Yeah, that's not going to be any different than what it was last year, I don't think.
No. San Fran.
No.
Meaning because the reason why I said it is because Green Bay had a bad draft. They didn't get anybody new, any new weapons that can threaten San Francisco at all. No.
They didn't get any receivers, but they got a quarterback, and they traded up to get him.
They sure did. There's Katie. I was waiting for Katie.
There she is.
Which, again, listen, you guys know if I was to pick a second team.
Green Bay, yes.
Even though I don't, I've always rooted for Green Bay. I've growing up the Brett Favre years and stuff. I mean, it was exciting to watch. But holy crap, man. Dude, what a
shit show of a draft that was.
Wow, dude, that draft.
Katie's not
Number five. This one takes place on December 20th, week 15. It's an 8:20 game on NBC, and it is the San Francisco 49ers at the Dallas Cowboys.
That'll be a good game. I still like San Francisco in it, but yeah.
Dude, by week 15, that should be a playoff contention game.
Yeah, it could be one of the two could be in or out of the playoffs or division title or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, that could decide a lot of things in week 15. Now, if it was week 2, I'd say no big deal. But week 15, San Francisco, Dallas.
Yeah, that's got potential. Get
All right, at number 4, and we all know why this one is on September 21st on ESPN at 8:15 Monday Night Football. The New Orleans Saints at the Las Vegas Raiders.
See, why are they anointing Las Vegas? I mean,
That's
it's the
the
same thing they had
Raiders'
last
first
year.
That's the first game in Vegas, in the Death Star.
What week is it?
Week 3.
So the Raiders are on the road the first 2 weeks of the season?
Week 2.
Oh, it's week 2. Okay.
Yep, week 2, Monday night, September 21st.
Yeah.
So Rams open week 1, their stadium, and the Raiders open week 2 in there.
Okay.
Both primetime games. All right, here we go. At number 3, John, baby, talk to me. Kansas City at Buffalo.
Oh.
It is going to be a gong show, but I will pick the Chiefs. I think the Chiefs will win just because they're the freaking champs. But hi, Zay, thanks for smashing the door when I'm in the middle of recording. Yeah.
What do you think? So you think they're gonna in Buffalo?
In Buffalo, dude, and this was the running joke on Bill's social media. Act like we've been there before. Bills fans don't know how to act at all. There's no point. It's going to be a gong show. It's going to be look at Buffalo. We're yay, and then it's like wah wah wah.
The Bills fans are still trying to figure out what wagons are.
They're still circling them. Yes, I know. Yeah. Listen, I'm a Bills fan at heart. Ride or die with the team, but I am a realist, and I think that the Kansas City Chiefs are a freaking amazing team, and they've got an amazing coach, and they're the champs for a reason. I'll pick the Chiefs.
I mean, they're still the favorite to go back there. They're the favorite to win it again. To be the first time to go back to back since Dallas did it, or New England did it. Sorry, since New England did it.
A lot of people probably believe it's going to be them in San Francisco again.
Yeah, but it'll be fun.
It's in week 6.
It's always fun when we get the screenshots of the falls.
It's in week 6, so that could fall either way because the season isn't old enough for teams to have gotten themselves in that groove. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Thanks, Ken.
So,
Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it.
okay, at number 2, Week 9, Sunday Night Football. The New Orleans Saints at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
That Sunday night?
That is a Sunday night game. Yes.
New Orleans wins.
New Orleans at Tampa Bay.
New Orleans wins. And I'll be
week 9. If it's week 9, that means that Brady and Gronk and the new players, whoever they are, gotten molded their relationship, and we'll see. I don't know. I'm not all in on the Bucs because they got, like I said last year with the Browns. It looks good on paper. Show it to me on the field. That's all I'm saying.
He's 43 years old.
Yes, exactly.
Gronk didn't play last year.
No, and Brady doesn't have Belichick to protect him anymore either.
Brady doesn't have Belichick to protect him anymore.
Correct.
It's not as sure bet as everybody's saying it is with the Bucs.
No.
And then again, I don't really care because I don't have a vested interest. So go Bucs, yay!
All right, and
go
the
Brady.
number 1 matchup is in Week 3, Monday, September the 28th. It will have the Kansas City Chiefs at the Baltimore Ravens.
That'll be a great matchup.
That'll be good.
That'll be fantastic.
That'll be great.
The AFC Championship that never was. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, what? That's Week 3.
Yeah.
And then when's the Week 6 is the Bills and Chiefs,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, Chiefs, yeah.
Yeah.
3 weeks later.
So it'll be. Does the Chief have a bye week in 4 or 5? Probably not. No?
I'm not sure. I can't see bye weeks at the moment.
The reason I'm thinking all this out loud is because I think the Ravens win that. That's Lamar Jackson's kind of like statement.
Because the Chiefs beat them in Baltimore last year too, if you remember.
Right,
correctly,
but the Chiefs get really pissed off after that game.
Yeah.
And then
ran the table
the crap out of teams for the next 6-7 weeks in a row. So that's my thought. This is all going to be wrong, though, guaranteed.
Okay, so we're going to move on to what is labeled revenge games. Okay, player on team revenge.
Okay. Now keep in mind, Eliot, John's going to be leaving us at 8 o'clock, so I just want to let you know. They give you a heads up.
That's fine. Carson Wentz, Week 12 versus the Seattle Seahawks.
Why is that a revenge game?
Well, because Carson Wentz waited his whole 3 years to get into the playoffs, and he lasted 2 series against Seattle in the game. And that's why Seattle went on, and of course Philadelphia didn't.
Seattle's not the team they used to be, but it is Russell Wilson, so I'll pick Seattle.
Ooh, here we go. Week 6, Sunday night. Oh no, Sunday afternoon. Myles Garrett at Pittsburgh.
There you go. I'm looking for yes.
At Pittsburgh.
At Pittsburgh.
Yes.
Pittsburgh wins. Just on emotion.
You think he'll swing a hell in that bend?
Go get him, Miles.
What do you think? Are you looking forward to that matchup?
Yes, I'm looking forward. I'm looking forward to the return of Myles Garrett to Pittsburgh, and he's going to eat it up. He's going to love it.
You think he's going to put up some numbers?
I think he'll put up some numbers.
Exactly, Katie. Whee! That's what it's going to be.
That's what I predict. In that game, Ben will go down as an injury, and Mason Rudolph have to come in and play again.
You know what? I was just going to say, the best game he could have is if they play Mason Rudolph.
I know, right?
Because he'll be up in that boy's grill every single fucking play.
Yes, sir.
So we're hoping for a Roethlisberger injury in quarter 1 of week 1?
Yes.
No, why not?
Yeah.
Week 15, Sunday night. Oh, no, Sunday afternoon, sorry. December 20th. Odell Beckham comes back
to the Giants.
Face the Giants.
Going to FedEx Field, yeah.
I'll give the Browns that one.
MetLife Stadium.
Yeah, you said FedEx.
I'm sorry. FedEx Field is in Washington. I apologize. It's
No worries. Nobody expects you to know the other teams. Stadium. All right. Week 11 on Sunday at 4:05. November 22nd. Melvin Gordon against the Los Angeles Chargers.
I say that, I don't know. Chargers, because I still don't even know who the quarterback is for the Broncos. Who is the quarterback of the Broncos? I don't even know.
Jake, for the Broncos?
Yeah.
Isn't it Lock? Drew Lock?
It's Drew Lock. Yeah.
Go with the Chargers for me.
All right. Week 4. Sunday, October 4th. You got the Los Angeles Chargers versus Tom Brady.
Why is that a revenge game?
Tom Brady rejected the Chargers. They actually made him an offer to come play in San Diego, and he told them to go fuck themselves. I think that's enough.
I want to see the Chargers against Indianapolis. See what Phil can do against his own team.
I don't think they play this season.
No, they don't.
All right, team-on-team revenge. Well, we talked about this one earlier, but they ain't gonna get no fucking revenge. And that's Green Bay at San Francisco. The only revenge they're gonna get is Jordan Love might play in that game. All right, Miami at New England. We already discussed that. That's
a shit show. I don't like it.
Okay. Houston at Kansas City. That's kind of a revenge game after Kansas City.
After the NFC Championship, yeah, but it's still going to end up being the same.
They're not going to be able to avenge that anyway.
Yeah, no.
Oh, here's the one, and I know that they're chomping at the bit for Week 11 to get here when Tennessee visits the Baltimore Ravens.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, there you go, Kenny. There's your answer. Yes, they do play each other. Tennessee's going to Baltimore. Baltimore's going to want big-time revenge after that game last year.
Baltimore's going to win. Tennessee was a one-shot wonder. I don't see them doing anything.
I don't know, man. I mean, they got.
I don't think they're a one-shot wonder.
No, I don't either.
They ain't all that.
But,
yeah.
But they're in a division now that they can actually win.
Well, now that DeAndre Hopkins is out of the division, Tennessee might be the odds-on favorite to win that division.
Houston, Indianapolis, and who? Jacksonville?
Yeah.
Is that what the division is?
Yeah.
I'm telling you, Tennessee has a chance to win that division.
I believe it.
Okay, and this is a revenge game on many levels. 3 years ago, I don't know, what was it, 10, 12 years ago? Minnesota at New Orleans.
Oh, God, poor New Orleans. Jesus.
Bounty Gate, remember that?
Yeah.
3 years ago, the miracle.
The Stephon Diggs.
The miracle in Minneapolis.
Do you think that the New Orleans say that they're feeling a little taste in the mouth there?
Well, considering the fact they've gotten beaten by Minnesota the last 2 years in the playoffs, yeah, I would say this was something they want to get after. Yes.
Yeah.
Now, is it in New Orleans or is it in Minneapolis?
It is in New Orleans.
There, that'll be even better.
Saints. Yeah, Saints win.
Because you know that when a team goes into New Orleans, chances of a 40 or 50 burger from both teams is out there. So that's going to be interesting. Some of them, I wasn't too much of an agreement with, but okay. So let's see who the toughest schedules. The toughest schedule. How ironic is this? The New England Patriots have the toughest schedule in the NFL.
Good, and I hope to go 0-16.
Right.
They probably will. I don't see them look. First of all, they have the toughest schedule, and I still don't even know who their quarterback is. Studman, Jackman. I don't even know what his name is. I don't care.
Brian Hoyer is the backup. You know who Brian Hoyer is.
Even better. I mean, Brian Hoyer ain't beating anybody. I mean,
the second hardest schedules are the rest of the AFC East.
Oh, we got a tough schedule, but I still say I think it's a 10-win season.
The third one is the Giants and Redskins. They got a tough schedule too. So if you're looking at the last two, Arizona and Houston, you got Houston. I don't think if they have the fifth hardest schedule in the league this season, I don't think they're going to be a 500 team, because I just don't think that they can muster it up without that chemistry with Hopkins. You know, Hopkins is what made possible guys like Will Fuller. You know what I'm saying?
Who's the guy they signed? Who's the other wide receiver they signed in the offseason?
Randall Cobb.
Randall Cobb.
That's who they got to replace DeAndre Hopkins?
Yeah.
Oh, good Lord.
No, they actually got David Johnson, but
yeah.
Yeah, that's true too.
A trade is 1-for-1. No, I'm just joking. I'm not. Houston is meh. They barely won that playoff game against Buffalo, and you know why.
Well, this will be O'Brien's last year in Houston, because they're gonna be terrible.
You know, Josh Allen just lived up to what a rookie quarterback in a pressure situation most of the time goes to.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And that's why he needs to make a big leap this year. He can't do what he did. So,
no, he can't.
No.
He can't do what he did and expect them to go any further than
we got Jake Fromm, though.
Good for you guys, man. Okay, so here are the teams with the easiest, most forgiving schedules. The Baltimore Ravens.
Oh, good Lord. Give me a freaking break. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, they have the easiest schedule.
It's because they play the AFC North. That's why.
Aren't you guys, like, in the AFC North?
Yes.
And you're saying you suck?
Yeah, well, yeah, we have for years. So, yeah. Go ahead.
The second toughest schedule?
Second easiest, you mean?
Second easiest schedule. You'll be happy with this one. Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
And once again, the NFL says, here you go, Tom. Do see what you can do with it.
Serving it to Tom on a silver platter. Right?
They took that number 2 spot from New England.
Hey, it's Doris Burke. Sorry, I just saw it.
The entire NFC West.
San Francisco, enjoy.
Yeah, I think they could run away with that division, because I don't know if Seattle did anything to really push their envelope any further. All right, Chicago Bears.
Easiest schedule?
Fourth easiest schedule.
They need it.
They need it because they've got a shit show for a quarterback.
I know. They do. And they got Nick Foles, and Mike Glennon went and signed with Jacksonville.
God. Mike Glennon, there's a blast from the past in Tampa Bay.
And the fifth easiest schedule, according to this, is the Cleveland Browns. So
we still got to play Baltimore twice. We got, we're still playing some tough teams.
Scott has 2 teams in the top 5 easiest schedules. If he can't get one of his teams into the playoffs, he should just end his fans.
Just give up and come over to the
Bulls, and never root for anyone again.
Yeah, it's only a couple hundred miles away, man. It's okay. Come on over. We'll accept you. You can jump through tables with us. It's fun. Cover yourself with mustard.
So all in all, I mean, I think it's all going to depend. I really believe that they're going to play on time, and I really believe they're going to do it at least for the first part of the season. They're going to be doing it without fans.
I think they'll do it with. I think the way they're going to do it, if they're going to do it with fans, is they'll be spreading the fans apart. They won't be.
But you see, that doesn't make a difference either.
Huh?
Because remember, the coronavirus likes to live on hard surfaces, non-porous.
Very true. Yeah.
And there's a lot of surfaces that people touch.
Yeah.
The stadium.
That's very true.
All you got to do.
You really can't control social distancing in a.
They won't have concessions. They won't have concessions. That'll be the first thing.
Okay.
Even if they do have fans, because they can't have those lines congesting.
Correct.
People buying stuff.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So the fan experience, I think, is not going to be as good because of things like no concessions and stuff like that. Okay. But it's all about the safety, man. And if we want to see football again, and if NFL players want to play football again, then we got to get to the new norm.
Well, Major League Baseball is talking about starting up in July with a shortened season, like about 75 or 80 games. That's going to be the benchmark to see how NFL is going to approach their season. And again, you got to remember there's going to be a second wave of this virus coming up. Okay, we're only through the first one at this point. There is going to be a second wave, and historically, the one we had back in 1918, the second wave was worse than the first wave. Okay, so it's all going to depend on how that wave acts and where it goes.
I'm pretty sure that back in 1918 they didn't have social distancing either.
They did. But then the end of World War I, people got together and celebrated the end of World War I, and that's what brought on the second wave. So I mean, it could be either there or there. But I mean, we've got 80,000 people that have passed away because of this, and I think there's going to be six figures before it's all said and done. Okay, unfortunately.
Okay, is people knowing this stuff and knowing that a second wave is inevitable. Why do you want to go out there and contribute to the strength of that second wave?
Well, that's why I'm confused whether these governors are opening up states and opening up shops where people.
That's because the governors make those decisions for their own states. By the way, some governors, and I'll tell you what, Republicans will probably be a lot of them, ain't getting their seats back.
No.
If their state all of a sudden gets a hot spot. You know what I'm saying? Because it's still happening in Georgia.
Yeah, it is.
Their numbers are still going up.
Yeah.
And the governor's still trying to open this shit up.
Yeah, I don't mind playing the games with the fans because the NFL will see unprecedented ratings on a level that we've never seen before.
Every sport will see unprecedented TV ratings if they just go out there and play.
Yeah, I mean, even baseball will see
millions of fucking dollars. Adapt, motherfuckers, adapt.
Yeah, I mean, the KBO is getting ratings in America because it's the only thing and even though it's being played overnight, we're still watching baseball because it's live sports.
South Korea.
Right? This is the Korean baseball organization where teams are named based off their sponsoring products, like Samsung and crap like that. So, but I don't have a problem with the NFL not playing with fans if it's safety over.
It's all about the players, dude. It's all about the players.
Yeah.
Because one of the first things that LeBron came out and said when this whole thing happened was, I'm not playing in front of no fans.
Yeah, I know. But he's actually changed.
Fuck you. Okay?
He's actually changed his mind since then.
You're one of the highest fucking paid players in this fucking game ever. Buck it up, homie. Buck it up.
I think that a lot of them do get paid a lot, but at the end of the day, a lot of them want to play in front of fans.
Yeah, I can't fault them for that. They want to play in front of the fans because
he said that before a lot of this crap was.
Don't the fans help pay for their salary?
Yeah, but you have to understand, Eliot. A lot of these, right? I understand it, Eliot, but hear me out. A lot of these teams feed off the energy in these stadiums. And the excitement and the energy that the fans bring to the game. That's how they get so amped up because when the crowd noise is getting to a crescendo. I mean, you go to a Cleveland game, you go to whatever game you're going to. If the crowd noise is high enough, especially when the other team has the ball third down and long, and that noise in the stadium is going crazy.
That's making an excuse for the overprivileged.
Well, and again, I'm not saying that it should happen, but I'm just saying. That's where the rationale's coming from these players.
The bottom line is that everyone needs to make a transition during these times, and they're going to have to whether they fucking like it or not.
Mm-hmm.
Because the world is changing, and if you're not taking the steps to change with it, then you can get left behind. We don't need people dying out there just because you want to pack them in a stadium. That's not going to have concessions. Or anything other than
Here's a reminder.
Get the season started. Make the players. I mean, the players shouldn't have to be made to do whatever it takes to get out there and sell their product.
Here's your reminder.
Okay?
What's that, John?
I mean, look at WWE. I don't know a lot of people, but the WWE is still doing their thing.
And then last night.
That's complete apples and oranges, man.
Yeah, I mean, you're
the
talking
WWE is not a football game.
No, it's not.
And you guys I'm sure have gone to a football game.
Yes.
The entire experience of going to a football game is to be loud and be
football
screaming and be
games.
slamming on shit. I personally, if they're gonna, don't bring it back until everything's good to go.
Yeah.
Like, just don't play the games on empty stadiums. It's just
Right.
I can live without that even as a sports fan. I'm okay with them protecting the world and protecting each other.
Then basically, since they can't live up to being, how should I say, an example setter, then maybe they should reduce their salaries for the upcoming season until they decide they want to play in front of no fucking fans.
But see,
That's the way I look at it.
it's
I
kind of
want
the
to
same
see
argument as
football,
why,
whether there's
why
a fucking fan in the stands or not. I don't care. But if the better option is keeping the fans away, they can still watch it on TV, yo. And I know the players' little egos and attitudes. Oh well, we don't really go to play, but it doesn't pump us up enough. Fuck you. If your paycheck doesn't pump you up enough to do your job, then you should find another fucking job.
But their job includes performing in front of fans.
Yeah.
That's
part of it.
being a professional athlete is to perform in front of people and to perform.
But if that is not feasible, then you need to roll with the punches.
Roll with the punches would be shut everything down. Just
Yeah.
shut everything down until don't even risk the players going toe to toe. Because just like Katie said, they're still traveling. So
Yeah.
what happens? You get one group of one team that is all cleared and they're all coronavirus free. Then they go and travel to Denver and they pick up something along the way. Now they're close quarters. Now the whole teams have exposed each other.
Yeah.
Exact same argument.
Well, that's what happened. That's happened in the NBA. That's exactly what happened in the NBA in Utah when this whole thing started.
It's what's happening in the White House right now.
Yeah.
The coronavirus has reached the White House.
Yes, it has.
So there ain't no safe place. You know what I'm saying?
Again, like I said, before we're getting ahead of ourselves. Let's see how it pans out. Again, they're going to make the best decision for everybody involved. I'm not concerned about it. If it happens, it happens, and they get the things in place to where it's going to make everybody safe. I've got no problem with it.
As long as they put everybody's safety first.
Correct.
No problem.
Yes. John, you got to leave, right?
Come at me with other excuses, then that's
Okay.
Yeah, I'm out. I
All right,
gotta get to the Walmarts before they close because everything closes like super early. Here.
Were you 2 or 3 hours behind me?
2
hours behind me? You're at 6. You're at 6. You're at 6 o'clock right now. They're closing at 7 o'clock.
Pretty much on Sunday. Yeah, they're pretty close to closing on 7. 8 o'clock during the week.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, be safe, John. We'll see you next Sunday.
Ta-ta for now.
Ta-ta for now.
See you in week 12, I think it is. Buffalo at San Francisco.
Yeah, I mean, they're not opening. They're not. They're doing this in stages, Eliot. And again, like I said, we're getting ahead of ourselves because again, the season is still 4 months away at this point. Okay. And we don't know what's going to happen in the next 4 months. I've got a trip planned on the 4th of July weekend that I'm not going to make because of what's going on. So that gets us 2 months out from there. So who knows what's going to happen? They may end up having to push the
Are you
schedule.
going to fly or try?
I'll be driving.
Okay.
All right, but it's my annual trek to my mom's every year that I go. But my sister who lives in Ohio is going to come down.
Right?
Huh?
But you don't want to risk your mom either.
Right, and again, I'm diabetic, so I'm at risk. I mean, I'm in that as well. Okay. I have my sister comes down every year from Ohio and sees and visits my other sister in the Panhandle, and then they come over like the Friday, and they spend it with Mom and me that day. But they're talking like they're not going to come down this year, so just because of what's going on. Again, we're getting ahead of ourselves, and again, I think we'll see how it plays out, how bad this second wave is going to be. And if it's down to the point where it's under control and everybody can be safe and have stadiums or not with people in it,
They'll figure it out, dude.
They'll figure it out. And I'm not going to any games, so I'm not concerned whether they play it on TV week 1 or they move it back to October, whatever. I'm just gonna whatever they do.
I won't be going to any events for quite a while.
Because you were supposed to go to WrestleMania this year too, weren't you? Did you get your money back?
I had a beef with the fucking ticket agency.
Did you get your money back?
Eventually, yeah, I did.
Good.
I bitched enough to where they relented because I told them, look, They fucking sent an email that I didn't get because I was no longer using that email address
Right.
to ask me if I wanted a credit or a refund. I never responded, so they defaulted to giving me a refund. I mean, a credit. I go, your company is really pushing the envelope here, okay, on lack of common sense.
Right.
An event just got canceled. As a matter of fact, your whole industry at this point is canceled.
Right.
Okay. And who knows when your industry is going to get back on its feet.
Right.
What the fuck do people want with a worthless credit?
Right.
Especially when they're waiting for stimulus checks, this, that, and the other. They want fucking money.
Yeah. Yeah. We need the money. You're right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting here waiting and waiting. Finally, I decided to go in there and look. Them motherfuckers issued me a credit. Boy, did I rail them.
Was
up
it
and down.
Ticketmaster or was it somebody else?
TickPick.
TickPick. Okay.
Yeah. Don't use them. They're fucking stupid. And that's one of the excuses the girl uses. Oh, well, you use a different email to order them. I'm like, that doesn't have any impact on your lack of common sense.
Right.
Okay. People need money.
Mm.
Plain and simple.
Right.
A credit don't do shit for my rent.
Amen.
Who knows if I'll ever go to another fucking event again? And if I do, I won't be using you.
Oh.
We can wrap up early if you want.
Yeah, I mean, there's not a whole lot going on, and Bob and Kenny were Kenny's. I don't blame Kenny. And Bob hasn't shown up in weeks, but that's on Bob. Anyway, he's at his mom's today, so it's Mother's Day. That's where he's at.
Yeah, I give passes on Mother's Day.
So we're gonna close it up for the week, guys. Thank you for showing up. I appreciate it. Everybody out there, be safe. On behalf of John Olson, Eliot Biggie Lamba, I am the Sports Nerds. We're out of here, guys. Thank you very much, and have a good night.